So we're going to get started. You want to take your seats?
I sent the slides link. Did all of you get the slides? It's in the comment section of the meetup event. So if you go to nice event, it's in the comment section, like first version, second version. Oh, what happened? I'm sorry. So you can click on this link and get the slides. So what's the goal for today? Oh, it's really hard to read. Okay, first I want to go through how you can get data from NYC Open Data Portal. How many of you opened the slides on your laptop? Okay, I have a better idea, guys. I do this all the time in my meetup. Join me. Join.me/NYC open-data. You can see my screen from your own laptop. If you don't have laptop, you can use your cell phone. They have Join Me application. Okay, my screen is being shared. You just need to type your name and knock my door. Paul?
Yeah.
Is Paul here? Rich?
Yeah.
Lena? Jamina? Me. Joanna? Mandy? Joe? I don't know how to say this. How to say your name?
Bashir.
Bashir? Chubir? Cool. You guys are so fast. Any more? Come on, you should be faster than anyone. You come from my group. You're trained. Okay, I have 18 people now, so we should be good. Okay. So first I will go over how you can grab data from Socrata website. Next I will go over the basic features of R Studio and how you can use R GitHub in there. We will do like 15 minutes hack time. So if you open Google and search for NYC Open Data, Socrata, you will find the first one. Click on that. You should reach this page. Cool. Let's search for 311. Do you know what's 311 for?
Information.
And for complaint, if the ice cream cart is too noisy, you can call 311 and ask someone to stop them. I tried it once. It worked. And click. Did you guys see how it goes there? So click on this little NYC 311. You have a lot of choice. They list all the available things at here. Everything related to the search 311 will be listed below. Click on here. And you are in the live data page. That's why you joined me. It's really hard to read little words and code from the screen. So let's work through the table, how it looks like. The unique, we are looking at the column name. Unique key is like the ID of the report. Created day, close day, agency. NYPD, DOHMH is Department of Health. So it's a mixture of different agencies. You can scroll to the right part. But you notice they give you sorting functionality. So if you happen to click them, it will start to sort their whole table. So I guess I will just go back to the original one and close the filter. So after the agent, you can find agent name, complaint type. The Wi-Fi is really slow. Can you guys go to the right side of the table?
Do you want to tether on my
Sure,
mobile?
that would be great. I can move the table. What's the...
Okay, so sure.
Thank you so much.
Maybe they have an Ethernet to get me over. Let's see. Do you have to have a charger for this kind of phone?
Oh, the yellow square?
Okay, it should be better. Can you still see my screen?
The big yellow square. Sure.
Okay. Thank you so much. What's your name?
John.
John. Guys, please thank John. Please go on. So let's move on. What's the next column after complaint type? Okay. Next one. Descriptor. Location. Zip code. Cross street name. Intersection street. Address. City. Landmark. Facility type. Status. Due date. Resolution action. Community board. Rural. And they have X coordinate in the Y corner. I don't know how they generate this number, but in the end of the table we have longitude, latitude. So it's more useful than the X and Y. Park facility name, park bureau, school name, school number, school region, school code. this is a general table, it fit all kinds of needs. So 4311, like some of the columns are empty. In the very end of the table, you can find longitude, latitude, and the location. Location is a combine of both. So naturally, you will know what this accident happened, or what's the complaint about. Next, I want you to click on the filter. It's the little dark blue one. You can do condition formatting or sort and roll up. And do filter. I find the sort and roll up is not that helpful, so I usually just filter based on my criteria and download them. For example, I can choose create date is after April 1st. So I only have half month data. I can also say, so how it works, you click on the little blue word, like initially it's unique key, it's the first column. You can click on that and you can see a drop down menu. I will choose complaint type equal to rodent. Because I want to see if I want to rent or buy new house, I want to know how bad rodent seed sign are around this corner. So you can also add more filter. Like closing day. Closing day means the complaint has been solved. If you take the whole data set, you can know how efficient the agent is working. Like usually how long it takes for them to close the ticket. You can specify you only care about Brooklyn. You have the option of rural. So right now I'm specifying it's after April 1st and I want to see rodent data. Right now you should have much smaller data set based on your criteria. Because every time you create a condition, it's applied to the table right away. I can scroll down to the bottom of the table.
Is there a place where it says how many records were fetched?
No, or meet the criteria.
You need to scroll down to the bottom to see it. I find 461 record. Did you get the same thing? Cool. So next we want to download it. How to download this? Click on the light blue export. And you can choose which format you like. I'm choosing CSV. Click on CSV. You have the table. And they give you a specific name. We're going to use the same name in the R code in the next step. What's the criteria you use? Okay. In create day, you choose January 1st, so you're only getting 1 day data. I'm saying create day is after. If you click on yes, you can change to is after. How many of you have got this sheet?
Not yet.
Okay, I'll give you a moment.
What's the expected size of this file? Like less than a meg?
If you do the same criteria as I did, we should have 461.
Mine's not filtering or shooting.
Boże. I'm just looking at my zip code.
Okay, do we have more people get this data set?
They're not familiar with that, but we run Excel.
Yes, you can do JSON if you know how to handle JSON. Or PDF if you know how to extract data from PDF directly. Are we all good? Who need a moment? Or need help? Yeah, sure. So, the step I took is first I go to the website and I click here and I click on the filter. And I change unique key to create date is after April 1st. And do a little click, check in front of the date. And I click on add a new filter condition. I change the unique key to complaint type. Yes, all starts with, I click, because when they report the complaint, it may be rodent or rodent sightseeing or rodents. They're different. It's more recommended if you do starts from rodent, so we can get more data. And the upcase lowercase matters. After you type everything, the table should be regenerated right away. And next you click on the export, choose the format you like. I choose CSV, and the table opens up. Good? Cool, let's move on. So, I just heard like half of you haven't installed R, is that true? R in RStudio. How many of you have R in RStudio? So, I will spend 1 minute to show how you can get it. First, type CRAN, C-R-A-N, in R. CRAN is the official repository for our open source system. And you should see the first link be comprehensive R archive network. Click on that. Click on download right here. Based on your system, you can choose Linux, Mac, and Windows.
It's going to take a long time for more than a few people to download that.
I know. Let's show you how to get this. Next.
We can share it locally too. I have the installer.
Oh, sure. Someone, do you have flash drive?
No, but we could do it over AirDrop.
John, you're the saver for tonight. You're the best TA, I guess, so far. If you go to our studio website, it's rstudio.com. Click on RStudio IDE and download RStudio. So you should install R first, then install RStudio, because it's just a wrapper. The core part is still in R. RStudio just makes your coding and debugging much easier.
But it looks like you have it installed.
Right, I just want to say it.
Any question about installation? Did you have problem when you install R in RStudio? Good. Okay, so since you already have it, let's open it. So I wrote all my slides, the beautiful HTML slides by R. So you can specify what the style is, who is the author, and how each slide should look like, and separate them by little dash dash dash. So all the slides is right here. And I use knitr. So this is one file I wrote for the slides. All my slides is written by R, and the format is called RMD. It's marked down with R. You can wrap R code inside of the slide. Just put curly bracket, R, curly bracket. Or you can wrap other software like Python or C++. So it gives you the flexibility to compile different type of language. So let's go over the basic functionality of RStudio. First, you notice you should have defaultly you should have 4 parts of the windows, right? If you click on the little plus sign here, on the top left, you have choices like what are the new file you're generating. Click on that and make a R file. So you can open up the empty windows like I have here. Click and choose AScript. Did you get it? And underneath of it, it's the console. It's where you run your files. Like I have code here. I want to run them line by line, or I want to run the whole file. The console will tell me the result. So if I do 1 plus 1 and highlight this, click on run, the result will be printed out to the console. Are we all good?
Highlight and then do what? Control.
And this is the run, the little arrow. Okay, we can also run the code inside of console directly. We can type 1 plus 1 here. Good. This window is more like an editor. If you want to keep your code, you want to adjust on that, it's a better idea to write everything here.
Excuse me, what's the version of RStudio that you're running?
I'm using I'm not sure. Let me take a look. This is my version. I think you're using the latest one. They have the slideshow functionality.
Yeah, mine's .501.
For RStudio,
For RStudio, yeah, it looks a little different. You showed the run, your run icon of my actual says run in it.
oh, because my window is bigger.
Oh.
If my window is smaller, it would have a wrong font there. Let me minimize my windows so you can see the same thing. See, I have the wrong there. I just want you to see them, so I make it much bigger. Are we all good now? Okay, so the right section have 2 parts. The environment tells you how you can look into the dataset. If I load ggplot2 library, type, because you haven't used ggplot2 at all, right? You can click on the packages, click on the install packages, and type ggplot2. There. So let me do it again. Click on the packages, click on install packages, and type ggplot2. Click on install, and you will have a lot of printout in your console. ggplot2. Because I already have it.
If you already have it installed, it'll do no harm, right?
No harm. Come on, it's open source. are you talking about? No evil. Well, it's open source. Do you all have it?
Mm-hmm.
You can search ggplot2 here, ggplot2. So it comes up. Click on the little checkbox. That means you're loading this package into your memory.
Wait, what did you do?
Click on package tab, and in the search part, type ggplot2. So everything can map to your type or come up. And you do a little check to load your packages.
I think your search box is invisible.
My search box is here. It's right here. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't realize the screen is cut off. Can you see it now? It's right here. You notice the console part changed. It run a function called library ggplot2. It means I'm loading the package. If you get warning, it means the dependent package you haven't installed. If it tells you like RC++ is not available for you, you should install RCPP first. So do the same thing, click on packages, and click on install packages, and type this in. Because ggplot2 is a very advanced package. It depends on many things.
There was install packages, a checkbox for install dependencies, so
Yes.
I didn't have trouble figuring it out.
Before all the dependent packages should come up right away. I'm not sure what setting is different here. You have 201. Right now it's 3.0. You have 2.14. You need to restore the R. Are we all good? So let's try what data set in ggplot2. We can do.
I'm sorry, how do you get ggplot2 to show up again? Like, just type ggpl into the search bar, that should work?
If you install it already, this search box will search everything you already have on your hard drive.
Oh, okay. So where do you install it from?
Click on install packages,
Oh, okay.
type the name.
Okay.
You're not good student. You're missing step. Okay, we want to take a look. What are the abandoned data sets in ggplot2? We'll do question mark ggplot2. Click on index. Question mark is like telling me what's going on with this word. And it will give you the full list of all the functions available in ggplot2. So R give you two types of help, double question mark and one question mark. Double question mark is like I'm Googling ggplot2. One question mark is like I'm click on I feel lucky. So it gives you only one result. So I know there is a data set called movie, so I just type movies. It print the whole data set for me and tell me, oh, it's too long. I can only print limited rows. So what's the solution? We can wrap it in a function called tag, which means you only print the first 6 rows. So the function is tag movies. You should be able to see the first 6 rows of the data set.
Where's the data set movies? Where do you get that from?
Movie comes with ggplot2. If you loaded ggplot2 successfully, you should have it.
I'm not getting it.
You don't have it. You need to click on packages. Click, check, click. You don't have RCPP. You need to install access. question?
You have to click on the ggplot too.
Yes, in order to load it. So copy the name, photo, and click on install package, install this one. No, because this search only give you whatever you already have. Because you don't have it, you need to install it. So type photo here.
Oh, in here?
In how, the same way you install ggplot 2. Yes, from the current remote repo. Did you find it? That's weird, because usually when you install ggplot 2, all the dependent package will come with it. It worked for me. So either you have problem with your R, the R is too old, you want to learn R a long time ago. And cool. So let's keep moving on. The first tab, I noticed one of you like type ggplot 2 under the help tab, but this doesn't give you the option to load the package. So you really have to click on the packages tab and then do the little check. So next, I will go over all the tabs. The first one is files. You can go through and set up your working directory, which means that would be your directory you load file and write file back to. So how do we do that? If I want my home directory to be my working directory, I can click on more, and the third choice is set as working directory. So after you do that, you can say I'm loading a.txt or the rodent file we just made. So go back to the folders, you save your rodent CSV, and set it as your working directory.
Is that like a config level thing that saves, or is it just for this session?
Just for a current session.
All right, for set as current directory, do you check something and then you do set as current directory? Or
You should go to the file folder you save your rodent file,
Oh,
and set it
okay.
as working directory. So I'm saving it to my desktop. And I need to find where is my desktop. Click on desktop and set as working directory. And you notice the same time console is running set wp with the folder path. Okay. Next. Are you all done with this one? Next is the plots. RStudio is awesome because plot. One of the reasons being plots. Because in R, when you finish with plotting, you make new one, you lose previous one. But RStudio remember all the plots you made in current section. You can go forward, backward to compare your previous work. And you can export them into image PDF or just copy paste to your clipboard. And help part. It's important to know where to get help. If you want to know how the function is written, how do we do that? We can do question mark. Like, I want to know ggplot2. Type in ggplot. Ggplot is the main function inside of ggplot2 package. The 2 means it's second version of ggplot 2. And the third version is called ggvis. So you can see what's this function for, the basic description. So what this function can do and how to use it. The usage tells you what are the parameters this function is taking. Like the first parameter should be data. Argument detail. And you can scroll down to very bottom. It's example. If you haven't used the function at all, it's a good idea to run the example line by line and figure out what's going on there. So you can copy paste the whole example and copy them to the editor windows. And run them one by one. It's an easy way to figure out things. So I just want to show you how you can get help. You don't have to run them. Good? Okay, let's focus on the environment tab now. So those are the datasets available for me. I can click through, see what's going on. How big it is and what are exactly datasets there. So you have different things. Because I previously grabbed some XML file and Twitter dataset.
Right now, I have nothing in the environment.
Yes, you shouldn't have anything. But I'm telling you, if you load some local data, like the rodent data, you should be able to click and see the details.
I have no problem with this stuff, but I don't see it.
It's the wrong one. It means it's the wrong folder. Otherwise, it should come up. That means you're not setting desktop as your. So also, our studio gives you the history of the code you have run. This is awesome feature because, like, if you open an empty file, you want to say, oh, what are the commands I run before? You can go to the history and highlight them and move them to either the source window or the console. They just copy paste down. Like you should have hello movie function there. It's a really handy feature. Are we all good? Can you bring things to different windows? Cool. So next, I will go quickly through all the options on the top. File folder allow you to make individual files or open a project. Say if you want to make like 100 R files, you want to save them into different projects. Like this 20 is for specific analysis. Put them into the same project. Okay, so editor is quite common, like other software. Copy, paste, undo, find next. But the last one is handy. If you click on clear console is 100% clean. Nothing there. It's the last option for adding clean console. Code. So how does this work? You can like fold the whole function body. Like if you are writing a huge function, 100 lines long, you can click the first line and fold them into one line. Also, you can comment on common lines, run specific regions. If you wrote R code in blocks, you can run by blocks. Okay, plots, session. So if you have problem with your R, you can do restart R right inside of the R Studio. You don't need to close and reopen it. You can terminate your R. You can set your working directory here. And I have a really important concept called working space. It basically means what are the things you have access to. Like in the current session, you have all the things that come with ggplot 2. That's it. If you have run other functions, you have access to the function body. So that's the global environment. Have the data object, function, and the data set come with the library. You can, every time you finish some work, you want to save it, you can save them into a .r data file. It becomes your current working space, and you can load this back. So you don't need to care about the previous tedious cleaning work you have done. It's saved there. So someone asked me, what happens if I close my RStudio? Will my stuff still be there? RStudio is really smart. When you close it and reopen it, it comes back to the condition you left behind. So don't worry about whether you can close it or not. Building debug, it won't be handy for you now. Go to the tools. The last one, global option. You can do a lot of things here. You can choose different indent, different appearance. Like I want tweet-like type. If I click on tweet-like and apply, my window of editor and console will change. If I choose tomorrow night, it changes. Solaris. So it gives you flexibility to configure your text editor. Any question? And you can also adjust how you want to lay out those four windows. If you don't want to see the environment or the help page, you can take them off. Packages. Here you specify which CRAN, because R live on different websites. You need to choose which is your default mirror you want to download from. Swift. Swift is for Linux and reproducible. I choose Knitter and Swift. You won't use it for now, but it's good to know where to find the setting. If you use GitHub, you can set up your RSA key here. You can grab other people's repo right inside of RStudio. Good? So you can also do version control. If you click on version control, project setup, you can create new project from GitHub. If you go to files, new project, choose the last one. Version control, you can choose Git and grab the GitHub link and paste there. That's super awesome if you use Git all the time. You can push it back, commit right inside of RStudio. Do you like this one?
Does it have branches?
Yes, the same thing as you use command line. Okay, cool. So do you feel better about RStudio? It's a good friend for now. Okay, next. GitHub. Okay. So I showed you how to install and load our packages. You don't want to load everything all at once because it takes your memory space. So just click on them when you need them. When you finish, unclick. But I didn't really use that many memory space. And you can keep track of your R version by version control. In inside of Git or other like Bitbucket, different tools. You can download GitHub repository, you can debug faster because they write really well compiler and debugger. They give you better hints like what you did wrong. Okay, let's run some code. So today I want to show you how you can subset a dataset and how to plot them. The first step is to load ggplot2. The require function is a similar thing like doing library ggplot2. It's loading the packaging set. And I want you to do a header diamond. So the red part is the result you should see after running this command. If you finish, let me know.
The require statement,
It
that
says-
show up in the same window, because I didn't see anything that required.
Require or load the check.
Right, I thought you said there would be an output after.
I have output if because maybe your hint was set to like don't print wording or small things. That's why I don't have anything like. I changed my options. Okay. Can you get a header diamonds?
What does that function mean exactly, head diamonds?
Head means because this data set is 50,000 rows. You can't print all
So
of
it
them.
cuts off only the first few observations.
If you don't put any option, it will print the first six rows. If
Okay.
you put comma 3, you're printing the first 3 rows.
Okay.
So you can specify how many rows you want to see.
Just like the head in Unix.
Yes,
And it's all the columns?
all the columns. Are we good? Okay, move on. So who can tell me what this is for? Why I have a -1 there, and what happened in the printout?
Everything except for the first row?
Yes. You notice I have a hard bracket here. And before comma is I'm saying what are the rows I want. After comma is what are the columns I want. Because I didn't specify any column information. All the columns will be printed out. -1 means I don't want the first one. If it's +1, try it. What do you have?
Just the first?
That's right. So it's the first step to subset your data set. Okay, let's move on. Try -1. Which column is missing? The first one, right? Caret column is missing. If you go to very beginning, the first column is caret. Right now, caret is missing. Does this make sense to you? Okay, let's keep moving on. What if I want 2 rows? If you only put 1, 2 there, because there is a comma already, R doesn't know you're doing, are you saying you want first row, second column, or what you're talking about? That's why we have a C function there. Combined together, there will be a vector, and it will take as one union. So it will be row number 1 and 2. You can do 1, 3, 5. Just pick random rows you like. Put them inside of a C function.
And what does C stand for?
Combine.
Combine.
And you already learned how to find the choose. Question mark C, right?
Okay.
let's move on. How can we grab all the column names? You don't want to type them, right? You can do a names function to grab all the column names. How do we use them? Once it becomes a vector, you can say the position names vector have bracket 1. It will print the first column's name. So if you want to do regression over 5,000 or 500 parameters, you don't want to type them one by one. Just do a paste a plus sign between all the columns, and you can do a regression. And who can guess what's going on here? Why do we have TF here? And what happened here?
It means like filtering, I guess. So true means choose that column, therefore false means keep it out.
So does that make sense? We only have carrot, have price.
Because we have filtering.
What?
We have the default filter, true and false for all columns.
So let's count. The first one is true. We have carrot. The second one is true. We have cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's the seventh one? 1. You notice there is a little number. Means what's the position of the first one? So this is 8. The 7 should be the last one here. That's why we have price column. The false is turning those columns off. So you can use numbers. You can use T and F to choose what column you want. You're subsetting your data set. Make sense? Make sure you wrap them inside of C. Next.
Can you use the names, the column names?
Yes, you can. I'm covering next slide. Good. Next is, I'm saying I want carrot column. I'm using a dollar sign, which means I want the whole column. And things are getting harder and harder, messy and messy. What happened here? What's going on with this long sentence? Can anyone try to read this function? First thing,
We're looking for like the largest value in that column.
yes. So how to do this? First, this is a hard bracket. Before comma, it's for row. So we want to print specific row. And what's the criteria I choose my row? I'm saying I want the whole column, the price column. And I'm picking the one which have the maximum price. And equal sign give me true or false. So it has multiple layer of logic. But you have seen all of them. This is the time to combine them. If you only run this part, maximum premises dollar diamonds price, you should only get a number like this one. Once you have 18823, you go back to match the whole price column and see which column equal to this price. And the return will be false, 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 and all of a sudden you have 1 true or 2 true there. And you are saying, I only want, you should have a huge true and false factor here, saying, I want to print the true there. That's why we're only printing out 1 result here. But it could be multiple if you have duplicate. Make sense? Yes?
I just missed what the difference is, what's on the left of the comma and the right of the comma in square brackets.
So before comma, you'll specify what rows you want. After comma, you'll specify what column you want. So I'm saying print specific row in which price equal to the maximum of the price. Yes.
Is this special to ggplot too, or is this in R all the time?
It's in R all the time.
Because they started adding that to like the pandas or something in Python.
They follow us.
Column names, can they have spaces or special symbols? And if so, does that mean that you could use quoted string using the dollar sign notation?
The best way to answer a question is to try it out. If it didn't take it, it means it don't work. Okay. I don't
Well-
have specific reason.
What I'm saying, your example there, I mean, if it was price of diamond with, spaces in between.
No, it doesn't work. It have to be come together. You're
Okay.
saying you want to put a space here,
No. What I'm saying is, can the column names
a
have an
space
embedded?
here,
No.
a space inside.
Your data set has columns, right?
No.
The column names, can they have embedded spaces or special characters in the column name?
That's why I'm asking you, are you talking about there is a space inside here?
Well, if you were to do that there would have to be something equivalent
Yes,
up there.
that's right. I'm saying,
And that would
is
be
that what you
syntactically,
want?
yeah, something like that, if that was the name of the column.
you put double quote.
Yeah, double quotes, okay, that's,
Okay, so it's really important to understand how it works, and you can copy paste like them into small pieces. Like, what's this for? And gradually grow them. Like, what this part give you. So I said maximum will give you a number. GG+2. You have this number. This is logical comparison. This should give you a huge factor. And among all the faults, there should be 1, 2. How do we know that? We can convert them into 1 and 2 by a sum. Because force will be 0, 2 will be 1. If you run a sum, it should give you 1. That means you only have 1 2 there. In the end, yeah, we're printing the maximum diamond price. Good? Any question? If you don't ask me question, I'm going to ask you to do something like that. Very soon.
How did you say you, if there were two maximums, how did you print them?
You will print both of them.
Oh, just one.
Yeah. If you only want one of them, you can say, just give me the first one. Okay, so in summary, if in the bracket or you don't have bracket, you're saying I want all the row and columns. If you're using integers, plus sign means I want them. Negative sign means I don't want them. And you can do logical expression. 2 means print them out for me. You can also do character, do dollar sign and the column name to subset them.
So how do I tell R to display every third record? So every third, 6th, 9th, 12th, 15. Do I create a vector and pass it into C in the column row, or is there something special that I can use?
You like, for example, you want to print out 1, 3, 9.
Yeah, records record 3, 6, 9, 12, increments of 3s.
You can either do C combine of the vector inside of the row part, or you can do 1, 2, 4 times 3. You will generate 3, 6, 9, 12, and plug them into your row
What if
numbers.
you want all the rows on, every third row?
The same thing. Just specify there the third, 3, 1.
Do you have to do like the number of rows though, or can you just leave off the 4?
Is there a way you can,
So, for example, the
or do
diamond,
a lazy evaluation. Can be done.
of course it can be done. Let's try it. Like, we can say how many columns do we have in diamond. We do a DIM. You notice there are 10 columns, right? You have the column number. So you can say, what are the numbers? You do have bracket 2, it gives you the columns number. You get 10 only. And you can divide them by 3.
Maybe it grows at once, so we may want to change that to 1.
So you can do like what are the numbers can be divided by 3 and keep those numbers as your column number. Make sense?
Can you get the word dimensions? Like how many records?
What?
How do you get how many records?
So we bracket 1 instead of 2.
B bracket.
Oh.
So I just want to briefly touch what are the data structure in R. If everything is the same type, like what we did is we only have integers in the vector. It's the same type. It's called vector. It's 1 dimension. If you have all the numbers in 2 dimensions, it's called matrix. And if you have multiple array, like 3 times 3 times 3, it's array. If they are a mixture of different types, they are called list, data frame, and empty. So those are the names we use in R. Data frame is more like an Excel sheet. So the same column has the same type of data, but the same row is one observation. You might have people's age, people's income, but they're different type of the data and names. So next, I want to you start to use the data set you have. Copy paste the whole stuff. Let me explain how it does. Because you already set up your working directory, so you don't need to specify this is C drive desktop. You can use the file name directory. If you haven't done that, you need to say it's C//desktop// and header equal to true because I have the row names. Separator is comma. And after you bring in the data set, it's assigned to the object to call rodent 1 year. I find out 1 year is too long and it takes longer to download, so I'm asking you to do it for half months. Next, you're using this. It's called dimension. You are getting how many rows and how many columns. And summary where it tells you the quantile of each column. Table will give you more detailed summary. Run off them. You should be able to do it now.
So is that the same for JSON file?
No, that's why I asked you to do CSV. JSON use different function to pass it. JSON have different format. You need to use different function to pass it. Is that specific reason you want to try JSON? You're doing some work related to JSON? You need to look into the functions which can pass JSON. And tell me what you find in the summary.
There's all sorts of stuff going on here.
Yes, that's why we're so excited. So, did you find the agent is working efficient enough?
How would you know that?
How soon they close the ticket?
Oh, I just- Wait, how come I've got closed dates before open dates?
Because they're quick.
Yes, yes. File.choose will open windows for you to choose.
So, I sort of have a question, but it's about the data, not R. These closed dates are all like before created dates. Does that make sense? Closed date is like March. But
Oh, there must be some error. It doesn't look right. Because the close date should act the
right.
So
But that's something to do with the data, not with art,
Yes,
right?
not with art.
Brooklyn has the most urban.
Yes, which borough have the most urban? Most likely you will find Brooklyn.
Maybe they just complain.
No.
Maybe they
Brooklyn.
just complain more. And which cross intersection close to where you work? Anyone work on Lexington Avenue?
Wait,
From time to time, because this is my sixth time to do this workshop, we always find someone live right next to the intersect list here. Tell me, what are the interesting findings you have seen inside of the summary and the table?
When the summary, you just like take some samples or what?
It gives you the percentile and the frequency of their unique value. You can find out lots of things. Is there any problem with this set?
There's a lot
Oh,
more
yeah, that-
like rat sightings than mouse sightings. In the description.
And notice it's only April.
People don't complain about mice as much.
If we're doing this in August, I guess the file will be much longer. And the gentleman here find the close date earlier than the created date. So either we interpret the closing date wrong, or they have some problem with the input part. What else did you find? Can you speak up? What did you find?
No, I mean, just saying that the larger buildings, the location types, there were more instances. There are 1 to 2 family next to each other. Some of them in smaller locations. Less room for the rats.
Good findings. I need 2 more volunteers. What did you find?
Half of the tickets are still open.
Because it's only 2 weeks. Usually it takes them about 2 to 3 months to fully close the ticket.
I didn't coordinate.
What else? You have longitude and latitude numbers, right? Okay, let's move on because I really want you to do some plotting. So I'm giving you 2 plot functions. The first one is the native package, come from the base package. It's called a plot, and I don't want to type diamond $ caret, diamond $ price. That's why I wrap a local environment. I'm saying those 2 parameters comes from this data set. So I don't need to pollute my global environment. You can also do ggplot diamond with x with equal to caret, y equal to price, and plot them in dots. Geom underscore point means at 1 point. If you change it to geom underscore line, it will draw different things. So try this out because I want you use this in the rodent data set. You notice ggplot 2 pretty much nicer plot, right? That's why it's so trendy. What's the plus for?
It's just giving it another parameter.
No, because ggplot works like Photoshop. We have layers. Before plus is 1 layer, you are adding layers on.
That's the background.
The first layer is saying what are the data set and what are the
Geom
answers.
is the background. Or
Geom is the shape you're printing. That's why you can do point or other shapes.
There's various other shapes or other items you could plot?
What?
Is there a library of other items you could plot?
Yes. Your library. You can do underscore line.
Hit tab, it'll try to autocomplete.
Yeah, G O N line. Okay. Do you all have it? Quick. If you have it, raise your hand so I can know I can move on.
We're just gonna practice somewhere in there, I'm not gonna get an error. Right.
How exactly? This looks right. This looks right. You have it. You can just put extra traces. Okay. So try this one. What different? I'm adding the color as the cut. So different cut will have different price, right? That's why Tiffany is so expensive. So ideal cut, zero price spot, like this way.
What does the AES stand for? Aesthetics.
How does it arrange the colors?
It comes from color brewer, so it chooses the color for you. Gpub is connecting to other packages. It saves you a lot of trouble.
There's themes you can download. That'd be cool.
Yes. Next, I want to find out whether is there a regression relationship. So I put log function outside of caret and right. It seems like it's a linear regression relation. That's what you want to look for when you're modeling a data set.
Why did you do long?
Because I'm experienced data scientist.
Just to make the data easier to.
No, I want to model it. You can model or do prediction by this relationship. If you do double log, it looks very
Right,
linear
or sometimes we plot logs and makes it.
or exponential.
Yeah, it makes it more easier to see.
That's right. Cool. How about this one? So compared to previous ones, the only new thing we have here is explicit graph. What this for? We're separating them into small cells based on different clarity and color. So I'm saying VS is very small. The floor S is small. So you want to say what the combination, are they having really different trend or they're all the same? If you compare the slope, this one is deeper than this one, right? So what's your guess? Which cell is the most expensive diamond cell? So from B to J, the diamond become more and more yellow. So which means this is pure. And internal imperfection, which one flawless? This is flawless. This one is most steep one. If you compare the slope. Make sense to you?
This is it. I'm sorry. This is the slope price over caret.
Because X is caret, Y is price. Yes.
What is this squiggly line?
It's all the diamonds with this caret clarity and their imperfection. So we have 4 dimension data here. We have caret, price, and then in each combination different grading. So you want to compare them across.
Is there a way to, when you've got these plots, is there a way to pop this bottom left window out so you can see it large?
Of course, you can click on this choice, zoom, it will pop up the plot. Click on zoom.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want choose you want to find or you don't want to find. This is useful for the male friends here who haven't get married. And as you can expect it, for diamond at the same level of pureness, if you how do you read this? You want to read them across row by rows or by columns because you're setting one parameter. The same purity, different imperfection, how the price different. Like people want to buy bigger stone with more imperfection, or you want smaller stone, but it's perfect. It's a choice. Okay, so you can do conclusion which cell is the diamond you want to buy. Right in your price range, right in the shape, right in the cut, everything perfect. Okay. How do you like this analysis? Does this tell you enough information or not enough information? This data set have more than 50, I think it's 50,000 data points with 10 characteristics. So can you do similar analysis with other languages? Is that easy? So if you only care about clarity, you can do facet, grid, clarity, tilde, dot. So it becomes like this.
What does the tilde mean? Is that
Left side would be rows, right side would be columns. So just choose what combination you want. So I'm saying, because plots and visualization is hard, I recommend you only change one thing each step. Go back and choose build up your analysis. Okay. Here I did extra step called jump smooth. I want to do a regression for both log scale and non-log scale. This one is pretty linear with a few outline on the right top section. Next, so you have learned how to subset dataset and how to visualize it. I want to show you a few stunning examples you can do with R. Like the first one, it's called New York Times 512 Paths to the White House. Have you read this report before? So you can use this much R code to generate this visualization. Basically, you can choose, like Ohio is vote for Democrat. What happens? Wisconsin is voting for Democrat. What happens? So you know who will win. Everyone can be Nate Silver if you make this. New Hampshire, Florida. Ooh. They tied if those states go in the way I just selected. So we can click through and estimate. Do you like this one? It uses slide library and R charts. We have R charts event twice already, and the next one is R charts. You can do a lot of stunning work with R charts. R charts. It's April 28th. Okay, next. Why do we use R? Do you know a little bit before I say my opinion? I'm saying this is an example from the author of RC++, Dirk. He is a trader in Chicago. And he said if you can get get this done. So he's using the dataset called Phase4. Do you know what Phase4 stands for? It's Yellowstone National Park, Phase4 string. So if you use $sign eruption, it tells you when it happens. Like this is minutes. So at 2 minutes and about 4.5 minutes, you can see eruption. So you can tell your kids, okay, let's see what's the next one. I can predict future. So this plot is saying, oh, I want to do the experiment 10,000 times using the same sampling scale from the initial data set. What's my confidence interval? What's the probability this time point and this time point we can see an eruption? So there are only 7 lines of code. If you read this carefully and try to rewrite this in Python or C++, it's hundreds lines of code. R can get this done in 7 lines of code.
Probably not a fair comparison, because you can have libraries just like you have libraries. What?
Pandas for Python.
Yeah, I mean,
Like a library that can do this.
yeah, so make up a whole bunch of libraries that does exactly that, and you can do it in 7 lines.
So just compare just write the organic function and compare.
But we don't have ggplot in Python.
Good. That's why you're here. Okay, so right now is hack time. I want you to try to plot the dataset you already wrote, and first read them into Outlook. You already done this part. Try dimension, decide which column you want to use, and plot. Before you go, you should at least have 1 plot for your rodent dataset. Plot them. You have 10 minutes. The rodent one. Yes. I have seen different interesting plots based on the rodent. If you don't do this 10 minutes practice, you will forget everything right away. Oh guys, before you go, you need to vote for me. We always have the moment of choose whether I did a good work. So this means I did good work. I did awesome work. I didn't do any good work tonight. So please vote for me.
Where do we vote?
I will turn my back to you so you can vote honestly. Can someone take a picture?
I'll take a picture.
Would you mind to turn the light up?
Yeah.
It was good.
Awesome. Did you guys please make some plot? Otherwise, you never learn digiplot 2. You already spent 2 hours here.
Oh, what are your thoughts on Google Viz?
I love it.
So why, we could have done examples with Google Viz.
I have a workshop on those. This is beginner level. I suppose everyone hasn't seen R at all.
Thank you.
Bye bye. You haven't voted for me and you're leaving?
I'm here voted. Hold
Guys, this guy was there in my meetup in the very first one, June 10th last year. And you're leaving?
I'm sorry, I got home from.
1 minute. 1 minute. Okay. Please vote for me.
Everybody vote with your thumbs.
Everybody
What's
grab
it
it.
again? What are the choices? It's thumb
It's
down,
good.
up,
This is good. This is awesome. This is not good.
All right. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Picture.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for the pizza.
Yes, thanks for the pizza.
Guys, try to plot the longitude, latitude. You will see the Manhattan map. Yes. X be longitude, Y be latitude.
What's in there?
Yeah, that's great. What I want to do is play both dresses that
Okay.
Science.
Why would they just track things by street?
I don't know. I guess their filter is not strong enough.
It's a broad category.
Yeah, most of the
Yeah.
rats.
If you can't trust the filter.
Yeah.
What can
No,
you
that's
do?
the problem.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Oh. And then I tried doing rodents. Rodents worked for me originally, where we did, let's see now, 20 sites.
1 second.